Where can you find a positive attitude? I don't know if it's possible just to go to the library and say, yes, I'd like this section of books on positive attitude. So do you buy a book and then you read that book and you have a positive attitude? Although I suppose that's possible, but I notice there aren't any sections that say the negative attitude section if you want that over there. So the thing that I love so much about gratitude and attitude of gratitude is it does give you a positive attitude. PMA, positive mental attitude. I remember hearing about that when I was in college and high school and how important that was, how you think. But there's different elements about it too. The relationship that you have with yourself is so important, and how you can strengthen that and really like the person that you are will help with a positive mental attitude. Hanging out with positive people makes a huge difference. Getting away from people that are not healthy for you is something else that's so very important because you're known by the company you keep. And they say one bad apple will spoil a whole bunch. But in fact, I have a little exercise I do called the association evaluator. So think about this in your world right now. You can write this down if you want, but you can also just think about it. This is called the association evaluator. And so think about zero, one, or two people in your life that you should disassociate with. They're just not good for you. And they're negative or they're downers or they're whatever they are. And they're always dumping on you and telling you their problems and maybe not communicating with you as well or asking you, but just dumping their things on you. Think about maybe disassociating with those people. Next, write down zero, one, or two people that you want to limit your association with. And these are the people that maybe it's a coworker, somebody you can't get away from. Maybe it's a relative or somebody that is in your world that you can't really get away from. So you just want to limit your association with those people. Don't go to any extra time to spend time with them because it's just not good for you. But just try to make it minimal, but just do the best you can to get through those encounters with those people. The third thing, the disassociation limit, and this is my favorite, the third thing, zero, one or two people you want to enhance your association with. These are people that you spend, you just enjoy the time with them and they ask you questions and it's a very good conversation. It's a tennis match back and forth. It's not just a one-way conversation. They're asking you questions, asking how they can help and so forth. And the ultimate litmus test for this association evaluator is I picture going to Starbucks. And so with the person you should disassociate with, you have an hour with them for coffee and you walk to your car and you think you've been there in a week, been there for a week. It's like, oh my God, I never thought that was going to end. That felt like 5 or 6 days. That's the person you should disassociate with. And by the way, just don't get in their face and say, yeah, the gratitude guy said I should disassociate with you. Make sure that you just say, look, we'll get together some other time or something and just delay it or put it off. But you don't have to get in there and tell them that directly to their face. Just know that it's not healthy for you and you need to spend less time with that person and maybe no time at all. So sometimes I had a friend of mine once say, I've had some great friends that have become acquaintances. So some people become acquaintances, some people become people you know, and some people become people you used to know a long time ago when things have changed. So think about that. The second one, to limit the association. You go to Starbucks, you have coffee with them for an hour, and it kind of feels like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. And it's not the worst thing, but it's not the best thing either. And that's how you kind of know you should limit your association with them. And then the third, my favorite, is the one where you spend an hour with the person at Starbucks and you go to your car and it feels like you were there 10 minutes. It's like the best. The time just flew by. It's a great tennis match back and forth, and the conversations are going and they're asking you questions and very engaged and really listening. To be a good listener is such a huge thing too. And so think about that and spend every once, maybe once a year, twice a year, stop and do that little exercise for a minute. And I think it'll make a big difference because it's so important because like attracts like. And if you want to find a positive attitude, think about people that are positive around you. And then the more you extend your positivity to them, the more it'll come back to you. And you can avoid the negative Nellies and the people that are not healthy for you. So think about that association evaluator and do that once or twice a year. It'll make a big difference. And that'll help you to find and maintain a positive attitude. That's it for today. I'm that gratitude guy. Remember, be grateful and never quit.